Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into preparing for a finance director interview. If you're aiming to step into this influential role, you'll want to be ready to showcase your leadership, strategic planning, and problem-solving skills. So, let's kick off with an essential question about guiding your team through tough times. Can you share an experience where you led a finance team through a challenging period? What was your strategy and how did it turn out? This question checks your leadership skills, especially during difficult times. How did you guide your team and what were the results? Here are some pointers to help you craft a powerful response. Pick a specific challenge that highlights your leadership abilities. Describe your strategy clearly, focusing on communication and involvement. Emphasize the actions you took and the support you offered to your team. Discuss the outcome and any measurable improvements. Reflect on what you learned and how it shaped your future leadership style. Let's look at an example answer to see how you can structure your response.
Last year, our company faced a major cash flow crisis due to delayed payments from clients. I took charge by implementing a tighter cash management strategy, prioritizing essential expenses, and renegotiating terms with suppliers. By keeping an open line of communication with my team and involving them in decision making, we stabilized our cash flow in 3 months, avoiding layoffs. This situation reinforced the value of transparent leadership.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for finance director. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you give an example of a strategic financial plan you created that had a significant impact on your organization? What was the process and result? This question assesses your ability to think strategically and create impactful financial plans that drive the organization forward. To effectively answer this, consider the following tips. Start by explaining the context and challenges your organization faced. Outline the critical components of your financial plan. Detail the process you followed to develop and implement the plan. Highlight specific metrics that showcase the plan's impact. Wrap up with any lessons learned or insights gained from the experience. Here's an example to illustrate how you might approach this question.
In my previous role, we struggled with cash flow due to high operational costs. I developed a strategic financial plan that involved renegotiating supplier contracts and streamlining our budgeting process. By gathering input from various departments, we cut costs by 15%, significantly improving our cash flow and enabling further investment in growth initiatives.
Tell me about a time you had to resolve a conflict within your finance team. How did you handle the situation and what was the outcome? This question evaluates your conflict resolution skills and how you maintain team cohesion. Consider these tips to formulate your response. Identify a specific conflict and who was involved. Discuss your approach to understanding different perspectives. Detail the steps you took to mediate the disagreement. Highlight the resolution and the positive outcomes achieved. Reflect on what you learned from handling the conflict. Let's look at a sample answer to give you a clearer picture.
In one situation, two team members disagreed over budget forecasting methods. I arranged a meeting to hear both sides, then led a brainstorming session to find common ground. We ultimately adopted a hybrid approach that improved our forecasting accuracy by 15%.
Imagine your company is facing a financial crisis. How would you assess the situation and what immediate actions would you take? This question tests your ability to manage crises and take decisive actions. Here are some strategies to help you craft your response. Start with a thorough financial review to understand cash flow and liabilities. Identify the key areas causing financial distress. Focus on immediate cost-cutting measures to stabilize finances. Engage with stakeholders to communicate the situation and your plans. Develop a short-term recovery plan addressing urgent needs. Here's an example of how you might respond.
I would begin by analyzing the company's financial statements to pinpoint where cash flow is affected. Next, I'd focus on the departments or projects needing urgent cost reductions, implementing a freeze on discretionary spending.
If your company were to acquire another company, what steps would you take to integrate the financial operations? This question assesses your understanding of acquisition processes and your ability to integrate financial operations smoothly. To prepare your answer, keep these points in mind. Begin by assessing the financial health and performance of the acquired company. Set up a clear integration team with defined roles and responsibilities. Standardize financial reporting practices between both companies. Identify and mitigate any financial risks during integration. Regularly communicate with stakeholders about integration progress and goals. Here's how you could structure your answer.
I would start by conducting a thorough assessment of the acquired company's financial health. Then I'd establish an integration team to streamline operations, clearly defining roles. Standardizing reporting practices would be essential to ensure consistency.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.